Hey guys, what's going on? Games here. In today's video, I'm going to do an archer gear guide for every floor in dungeons. I already made a berserk guide, so if you want to, go check that out. If this video helps you, be sure to subscribe, and now let's start the guide. Like I mentioned in my last video, on the entrance, you don't need that good of gear. You just want to complete this floor once or as many times needed to unlock the gear you want to use. You can use dragon armor, glaciite, or ender armor. For the weapon, you can use an Aspect of the Dragons, Raider Axe, or Aspect of the End. You don't have to use any of this gear, but if you want to die less, use this. It doesn't really matter much though, since you only want to do this floor a few times. Unlike the entrance, in floor 1, gear matters. For the armor, I suggest Skeleton Grunt or Skeleton Soldier armor. They both have full set bonuses that increase arrow damage by a certain percent. These armors can be dropped from Skeleton Grunts and Skeleton Soldiers in dungeons, or can be bought at the auction. If you want a more expensive setup, get the Unstable Dragon armor. This armor will give you more health and defense, and crit chance, than the Skeleton Grunt and Soldier armor. It will give you about the same amount of crit damage though. The two bows I recommend using are either the Machine Gun Bow or the Runon Bow. The Machine Gun Bow can be dropped from any skeleton mob, or can be bought off the auction for around 5k coins. The Runon Bow can either be crafted or bought off the auction. If you're buying the Runon Bow, it costs around 500,000 coins undungeonized. But I suggest just buying this already dungeonized and with the most stars possible. This is because the Runon Bow can still be effective in some later floors, so you want to make sure you have a good one. On floor 2, you can use pretty much the same gear, but you might struggle with Skeleton Grunt armor. This is because the HP and defense is quite low. Just upgrade to the Skeleton Soldier armor and you'll be fine. You can still use the Unstable Dragon armor and the two bows that I mentioned previously. On floor 3, upgrade to Skeleton Master armor instead of Skeleton Soldier. The Skeleton Master armor can be dropped from Skeleton Masters or bought off the auction. You can also still use Unstable Dragon armor on this floor. A different armor that is great for this floor is Superior Dragon armor. This is quite pricey, so only buy this if you have lots of coins. If you are still using the Machine Gun Bow on this floor, you may struggle. I suggest just crafting or buying Runon Bow, or getting a floor 4 carry to unlock the Spirit Bow and Boomerang. Speaking of floor 4, for the first completion, you can use pretty much the same gear on floor 3, but once you complete it, you should take advantage of the gear you unlock. You can use the previously mentioned Spirit Bow and Boomerang to grind the floor. You can also use the Juju Bow if you have some extra coins and have unlocked Ender Slayer 3. This bow will last you all the way through floor 7. Be sure to upgrade these weapons to the most stars possible for the best stats. Floor 5 is where some great gear is unlocked. For your first completion, use Superior Dragon armor, Skeleton Master armor, or even Adaptive armor. For the weapon, you can use the Spirit Bow, Boomerang, or Juju Short Bow. For grinding floor 5, use either Superior Dragon or Shadow Assassin. Shadow Assassin is unlocked within one completion of floor 5 and is one of the best dungeon sets. It can be found in floor 5 dungeon chests or bought off the auction. If you don't have enough money, you can replace the Shadow Assassin chestplate with a Zombie Knight chestplate, Skeleton Master chestplate, or a tier 12 perfect chestplate. A bow that is unlocked upon floor 5 completion is the Last Breath. This is a great bow that I suggest using. It can be found in floor 5 dungeon chests or bought off the auction. You can also use the Boomerang Spirit Bow or Juju Short Bow. On floor 6, use Shadow Assassin armor with the Last Breath, Boomerang, or Juju Short Bow. For grinding the floor, you can use the same gear. For the first completion of floor 7, use the same gear mentioned before for floor 6. When grinding floor 7, use a Necron or Maxter armor, along with a Juju Short Bow or Terminator. When reforging your armor, make them Fierce, Ancient, or Pure. On your bow, I suggest reforging them to Rapid, Unreal, or Deadly. You can get these from the blacksmith. Some better reforges you can get come from Resource Stones. These reforges include Precise, Spiritual, and Headstrong. The list of pets I suggest using are the Skeleton, Wither Skeleton, Baby Yeti, Golem, Blue Whale, Black Cat, and the Ender Dragon. All of these pets are great for archers and supply significant stat boosts. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope this helped you. If it did, be sure to subscribe, as this guide took me a long time to make. See you guys next time. Bye!